Welcome everybody to Hoops with Noops, the first video edition. My name is Alex Noops Christensen. You can find me on Twitter at _Noops. I'm the newest addition here to the FTN Bets team, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys. I'll be here on video twice a week, offering my thoughts on NBA games, my projections, as well as some bets. Again, make sure you check out everything at FTN Bets. I'll be in the Discord every day, offering up different NBA picks. I'll also be doing written articles of Hoops with Noops as well. So let's dive into tonight's action. We will get started here with the Philadelphia 76ers visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. Should be a very exciting game, a preview of possibly the Eastern Conference Finals. Two teams with some big changes over the offseason. The Philadelphia 76ers, James Harden still on the roster, will probably not be playing with the team this year. Definitely not anytime soon. Showed up to practice recently, but is not with the team tonight and won't be with them on these first couple games road trip to start the season. Also, new head coach for the 76ers as Nick Nurse takes over. It'll be great to see how this team responds to the first analytical, more strategic coach than what they've had over their past couple times. Glenn Rivers had some success with the team, but this is going to be much different. Excited to see what the offense looks like tonight. A lot of what we saw in preseason was different than what we saw last year, and Nurse has hinted that there's even more to come. So an exciting night for the Philadelphia 76ers, as well as the Milwaukee Bucks. It will be the first regular season game for Damian Lillard in Milwaukee uniform. Should be very exciting, but also another big adjustment for that team. They're bringing in Damian Lillard, a great offensive player, but someone who struggles on defense, and out goes Jrue Holiday, who really was the linchpin of one of the better defenses in the leagues the last couple of years. Also a brand new coach for the Milwaukee Bucks, Adrian Griffin, in his first year. So a lot of unknown. And generally when you come into a game like this where it's hard early in the season to project what's going to happen, it's tough for me to really give a good angle here on the spread and total. Going over to FTN Bets here and looking at the tool. Again, check this out. It's a great odds board. And if you can get the best of the number every single pick throughout the rest of the year, you're going to save yourself a lot in losses and even possibly create a winning season, depending on how much juice you are laying currently. So as I take a look right now at the odds board, the Milwaukee Bucks are 6.5-point favorites. You can get that at -109, -110. And the total here sitting at 227.5 points. Again, both of those numbers look pretty good to me, but it's tough. Again, a lot of things to wait and see. This will be a great learning opportunity, but there's one angle I like quite a bit here. Tyrese Maxiell will be the lead guard this season for the Philadelphia 76ers. The young former Kentucky Wildcat had a great start to the season, but picked up an injury, and it was tough for him to get the amount of usage and time handling the ball that he really needs with James Harden on the team there. No Harden there tonight. He should be the lead for this team. And again, goes up against a Milwaukee team that is now without their best perimeter defenders. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez are two of the best rim protectors in the league. And that'll make things tough once Maxey does get to the basket, but there's going to be a lot of open driving lanes for him. You look at his numbers last year without James Harden, he was able to average almost 25 points per game, about 5.5 assists. And I look at some of the prop numbers that are up here tonight, and they just look too low to me. So the two bets that I do have here in the game, let's take Tyrese Maxiell to go over 22.5 points at -110 at DraftKings. Again, expect him to have the ball a lot. Expect him to be able to attack this Milwaukee team that will be more focused on Joel Embiid and frankly, without a lot of the things they need to stop a guy like Maxey. Let's also take his assist number. You can find a juicy 4.5 there. 4.5 around -135, -140, depending on where you look. But I see a lot of upside to this number and would much rather take the 5.5 at plus money here. So over 5.5 assists as well for Tyrese Maxiell, +128 at FanDuel. Again, should be a fun game, but just a couple props for us. Those overall game markets, the spread and total are tough. Let's jump into the next game here. We'll talk about the Phoenix Suns visiting the Los Angeles Lakers. The Suns, coming off a win on opening night, despite not having Bradley Beal, were able to beat the Golden State Warriors. Tonight, they will be without Beal again, but also without Devin Booker. Leaves them in a really, really tough spot. There is no point guard on this team at this point, except for Jordan Goodwin. He is the team's backup point guard, but an undrafted player in his second season was very underwhelming for Washington. So we'll put a pin in that and come back to it a little bit later, but really have to be worried about Phoenix's ability to bring the ball down the floor, generate some offense. Again, really without any guards left on this roster who have played point guard or really led an offense at all. As for the Los Angeles Lakers, a lot of talk about them being locked in and ready to really destroy the Denver Nuggets after getting swept pretty quickly in the postseason by this team. Instead, they come out and basically run into the same problem they had in the playoffs. Nikola Jokic is incredible, best player in the league, had a triple-double. Jamal Murray looked really good. It's just amazing what this Denver Nuggets team can do. And if you didn't get a chance to read any of my futures previews or things like that, go back and take a look because I love this Nuggets team. If you don't have them to win the championship yet, make sure you get it now. Anything plus 550 or better looks really nice to me. Not sure why they're not the favorite here in the market. But again, the Lakers tonight come in off that loss. They're back at home. This is a great bounce back spot for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this game, thinking to themselves, the Lakers aren't going to lose 2 in a row. It's a back-to-back spot where they're finally back at home here. The Phoenix Suns are without all their players. We've got to take the Lakers tonight. And again, looking at the FTN odds board here, the spread tonight for the game, Lakers are minus 5.5. Boy, that looks like a short number for a team without a point guard and just Kevin Durant. The total is at 225.5. Again, pretty solid number for me overall. But I'm going to tell you, it's tough to bet either of this side. I agree that there's probably a good chance the Lakers covered. If they do, it's by a big number. But one of the best ways to get value in the NBA for the last couple of years, you go back and look, is betting on teams without their star players. One of the hardest things to do when making a number for handicappers, sports books, anybody is figure out what the value of a superstar is, to figure out what the value of one individual player is, and what's going to happen if that player is pulled out of the game. Now, again, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker are out, but what does that mean for the rest of the Phoenix Suns? Is this going to confuse the Lakers' game plan, who are coming in not sure really what to expect? Are there going to be other players in the Phoenix Suns that pick up their effort, that play a little bit better, knowing that they have a chance, again, to get some big minutes and lock themselves in for the rest of the year? I know it's a little bit of a bummer to not have a spread or total pick for either game, but I'm going to pass on this one as well. Looking at some of my projections, they're pretty close, but a lot too much unknown here early in the season. So curious to see what the Lakers do and if Anthony Davis and these guys can really come back and play a strong game after losing in the opener. Now, I said we're going to put a pin in the point guard situation for the Phoenix Suns because that's going to lead me to my bet here in this game. It's another prop, and Kevin Durant over 5.5 assists plus 120 at DraftKings looks great to me. Again, I think Goodwin will come in, bring the ball up the floor, just be kind of in charge of that. But his main job will be then to pass the ball to Kevin Durant, who will be the hub for all the action in this offense. And you may not think of Kevin Durant as a great passer. He is absolutely one of the best scorers of the basketball of all time, one of the best shooters, just unbelievable one-on-one talent, but he is a very good passer. If you go back and look, when he was put on teams without as many lead guards or in situations where he was asked to play make a little bit more, he's had good assist numbers. Those 3 years in the Brooklyn Nets, he averaged close to 6 assists per game. And again, we get 5.5 here tonight at plus 120. I love that plus number there tonight. Again, everything is going to run through Kevin Durant tonight. And he is going to be in charge of, again, not only scoring, but creating opportunities for other players. I like this quite a bit. I might even play a little bit on over 6.5 and 7.5 assists as well, kind of stack things up here and try to see if we can climb the ladder tonight. So again, no plays for me in terms of the spread and total on either game, but just to recap quickly, in the Sixers-Milwaukee Bucks game, we'll go with Tyrese Maxiell over 22.5 points, minus 110 at DraftKings. I would play that honestly as high as 23.5 if the number is already moved. We'll also be playing Tyrese Maxiell over 5.5 assists, plus 128. I'd play this 5.5 at minus 110 or better. Again, I think it's a great opportunity for Maxiell tonight. Hopefully we keep getting some of these short numbers for a few weeks so we can take advantage before the market updates. And as we just talked about, Kevin Durant over 5.5 assists, plus 120 at DraftKings. Again, love this tonight. And not only do I expect Kevin Durant to score more points, but again, I think there's a lot more value in this number as him as a facilitator generating assists. So 3 props for us tonight. Thanks so much again for watching. Again, I'll be having Hoops with Noops twice a week on video, 4 times a week as written content. And be sure to sign up now for FTN Bets and the NBA package. They're still running an early bird special. Get in there quickly. Again, just a ton of value. That odds tool is really good. You get FTN's model, which is created by Frank Brank, a very sharp analytical guy. There are prop tools in there, just tons and tons of great stuff at your fingertips that not only are going to help you do a better job of understanding what we're talking about, but will make you a better overall. So thanks again for watching. We'll be back soon. Keep an eye out for all my stuff at FTN Bets. Best of luck tonight.